Hi. So how do I get my kids to exercise is probably at the moment the most common complaint or comment or message I've been receiving on social media. So be that the Joe Wicks P 9 o'clock every day on YouTube live, or my own Facebook live group where I do three live workouts a week. People are always commenting like, how do I get my kids to do it? So the most common theme, and I bet you fall into this category as well, because I do, is parents are there absolutely busting a gut, doing this HIIT workout or whatever, burpees in the front room, sweating your whatever's off, and the kids are just sat there like totally nonplussed, non-engaged, and you've got this great idea like, yeah, we're going to do PE, we're going to exercise, we're going to get fit, and kids are just not arsed for joining in. So that's basically what happens in our family as well. And people are stressing, parents are stressing about it, because that's the thing as parents, we stress, your kids not eating healthy enough, we stress over kids eating vegetables and healthy food, and we stress over kids exercising. My take on it is this thing, exercise, is a relatively new concept. And we've developed it, and we've had to develop it because as humans, we've evolved to be very sedentary in general. Most of our jobs, not everybody, but most of our jobs are really sedentary nowadays. You sit at a desk all day, you sit in an office or whatever, you're indoors and you barely move. So then you've got to go to the gym and exercise for an hour to try and control your weight, to try and boost your mood, to try and move your body and all the benefits that are associated with it. And we are putting our kids into that category as well, that we've got to exercise for this 1 hour a day. Now, if you look back not too many generations ago, human beings would be physically active pretty much all the time. Whether that would be you're farming the land or you're farming animals, you're hunting and gathering food, you're looking for firewood, we would just be all the time walking, running, climbing, crouching, bending, physically moving, using tools, stuff like that. So we didn't need to exercise. And really, if you look at your kids, unless they're sat in front of YouTube or something all day long, which you really want to try and discourage, they are pretty much physically active. Kids don't really sit still that much, do they? So they are exercising, but not in the sense that we think they should be on a daily basis. And ways to get your kids to exercise, the short answer is no. You can't force them to do Joe Wicks half-hour HIIT workout. What you can do though is make sure that you do it every day. So it's great because you've got a time frame to work towards. So every morning you've got to be ready for 9 o'clock, and that marks the start of the school day, which I think is great. It's a bit of routine. You're showing up every day, you're committed to something, whether they're taking part in it or not. You as a parent, if you're doing it, you're getting the physical and mental health benefits from it. That can only have a knock-on effect on you kids. If you're healthier mentally and physically, you're going to be a better parent. So the routine, that's great. It marks the start of the day, and it shows you kids that exercise is important in life. And whether that takes 10, 15, 20 years for them to actually start exercising in that sense on a daily basis, fair enough. But it's one of those things, kids don't tend to perhaps do as you say. They tend to do as you do, they tend to copy you and they tend to mimic you, and you don't really realise that quite so much, but they really do. And don't think that they're not taking in the fact that you're making the effort and the exercise is important, so there's that. And then I also think that getting your kids to be physically active, for example, at the weekend, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna repot some plants, and I'm gonna pot my strawberry plants, I'm gonna do a bit of gardening. I never said to Iris, we are going to do gardening, come and garden with me. So I went off and started doing that. Kids crave their parents' attention generally. So I just came and joined me in the gardening. So before we knew it, we'd been there for well more than an hour. She was sweeping, she was digging, bending, lifting pots. That is all exercise. So don't worry that your kids are not being physically active. Or we spent the weekend tidying up the garden. We literally spent hours and hours putting stuff into a skip, sweeping, digging, raking. If you think we go for a walk with your kids, we've been going for a walk every day. You as parents will walk. The child will walk, they'll cover the same distance as you, but they'll see a wall, they'll climb up on it. They'll walk along it, they'll jump down it, they'll do that a few times. They'll see a tree, they'll climb that. They'll see a stone, they'll start kicking it. So don't worry that they're not getting exercise, because they really aren't. Yeah, be mindful, don't let them sit on their tablet or their phone or watch TV for like hours and hours and hours on end. yeah, I think you need to limit screen time because that's not good for your head, and it's bad in the sense of making people sedentary. But other than that, I think you're just going to be physically active. Like, kids do crave their parents' attention. When Graham's finishes work, he'll say to Harris, "Oh, do you fancy a kick him out in the garden?" He doesn't say, "We are going into the garden to exercise now." And before they know it, they're having a game of football and they're being competitive against each other, and they're moving, they're kicking, and things just develop in that respect. So yeah, don't stress, because you probably are among the vast majority of parents who are busting a gut, doing burpees in the living room while your kids just sit on the sofa like a lazy git. Keep at it, you're doing amazing. Don't doubt yourself, don't beat yourself up. Everybody's just doing the best in this current situation. If you agree, comment below. If you disagree, I'd love to hear your take. If you're a PE teacher, let me know what you think. Yeah, just comment below and let me know your views. Share it with your friends if you think it's useful. And I'll see you another time. Bye.